quite a record on Alawi
Ooh.
when you look at the win rates. Oh, and the Master Yi lock for that should be for Brandivar, I believe, in the jungle. Oh, this is a very much Feast of Famine Yi comp, it looks like.
Yeah, this
Can they
is
get their jungle ahead?
this is quite
This,
interesting. Yeah.
I mean, with the Yi, lots of synergy into the Braum and the Galio peeling them off for him, with the Braum passive as well. Lots of ability to come through with the stuns. And we are in game. Have you loaded in?
Yep, we're both in.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm curious, like how are GGL gonna navigate the fights later because they will, like, if they're not careful, they could just all go barreling down into a Lowy that just, gets off with 4
Runs,
mana or
yeah,
5
gets
mana
off a good
ultimate.
ult, yeah, and just starts whacking them down with the tentacles. We'll see, we'll see. Cole start for the Nara in the top lane though, looking to just play safe, farm it up. And green smites for both junglers. So no looking for the extra speed on the E or any extra damage, just looking for that bit of extra tankiness and tenacity. As we do see a fan out for AsstroSmurfs looking out for this invade here. And they do just back out without getting any vision or information.
Yeah, didn't really get anything from that, which will make
No, they're
it
just
harder.
5-man stacked, yeah. And so they have no information on where the Jarvan's starting here, which could cause them a bit of issues going into lane. Jarvan looking to start on his red side, as is the Yi on his blue. Potentially both meeting up in the top side where they go for a fast clear. I don't think the Yi will be looking to gank early unless someone is clearly out of position. But let's see whether the Jarvan does a quick clear of his red into Wraith and goes for an early level 2 somewhere, or if he just feels like farming and pathing up to the top side and getting the Alawi ahead. We do see a bit of early trading in the mid lane.
And just looking at how these lanes are likely to play out for the solo lanes, it could just end up in a situation where both Galio and Nara have this natural push because, like, of Galio's AoE abilities, and then Nara has to auto attack to build up his rage bar. So
It's interesting, so we should have the pushing lane in the mid lane for AsstroSmurfs. However, the Gnar and the melee into a ranged matchup should be able to get the push into the Alawi. So we'll see whoever can cover their jungler getting the early scuttle crabs. Because I feel like Yi really wants to be able to secure at least one going in. Not to fall too far behind the Jarvan and keep up with that farm and the damage. As we do see Jamie going in the top lane for a nice little trade into the Alawi while she's still level 2. And actually, the Galio seems to be getting a bit of push into in the mid lane, so he may get first move when they come to the early scuttle spawns. And actually, it looks like we have 3 pushing lanes here now as well, so GGL with the control of the map at the moment. We'll see if it results in any early skirmishes, or if both sides just looking to farm it out. As we do see the Rel getting a bit low in the bot lane as well. She's going to struggle to engage at that HP. But the Ezreal obviously knows she's going to be farming. Got the Q, can farm safely. He has taken the cleanse as well, so obviously very conscious of that Braum engage with Braum stun. See if he can make good use of it in any fights that come up.
might see the first gank of the game.
Oh, in the mid lane.
Going for it with Orianna, but these auto attacks are not enough to bring down the Galio
It's
just
not
yet.
enough. And Toxic Coffee does hold the flash there. Knows he's in no danger of dying at the moment. And he can just back and TP back into lane should he so choose, but he does look to be pushing out one more, as we see Brandivar is right behind the Alawi. Pulling off this first gank could be huge, but he decides not to go for it.
Yeah, that was quite interesting.
I wonder who's... That's quite interesting, I believe.
Hold on, because...
As Toxic Coffee may have bitten off more than he can chew here. He is slow.
He's not getting away from this one.
He's not getting out of this, no. Oh, and the Master Yi's just a bit too far behind to capitalize. If maybe a bit closer, he might have been able to flash onto the Orianna and Q, but she also does have a flash to respond with, so that may have been wasted in the end.
So Ares makes good on his first gank, and he's actually ahead of his jungle opponent, while
In terms
also
of
making the
farm
first
as
move.
well, yeah. For sure, for sure. Ares having a great performance in this early game.
Oh, you might see a gank from Master Yi now as Varus flashes in to
Oh.
proc a Braum passive.
Oh,
Has
this
he
could
been
be
a
a
bit of
dead route
trouble?
here.
The Blighted Quiver, not quite enough, but the Hail of Arrows comes out, and that's a return kill from GGL, but now, oh no, Galio once again in trouble, this time without his Summoner spell. But quite tanky with the Aftershock, shouldn't have trouble with getting away.
Yeah, really good gank down at the bot lane there. Very good flash from the slightly smaller raid to come and capitalize on that Braum passive and then exhaust with the slow to stop any escape for her. As we do see up in the top lane, Jamie taking some difficult trades into the Alawi, however she is low on mana. Also Toxic Coffee doing well to escape that gank in the mid lane, the Aftershock proving very beneficial. Just to get that bit of extra tankiness and survive those ganks, which probably going to keep coming without the flash.
Yeah, Nara sustaining through a harass. Alawi did not have Corrupting Pot, which is something that I often see Alawi players do, but I guess didn't really find enough benefit from the start in this particular lane. Just gonna go for the Steel Caps, which is perfectly valid against this top jungle combo. Like, they're gonna get a lot of value just from filling that item.
Oh, for sure. And if you see an AD top mid jungle top, then you are instantly taking your armor runes, you're taking your plated steel caps, and you're just having a good time up there with your armor. As we do see some first backs coming through, the Noon Quiver on both the Yi and the Varus, and Ezreal has got his Sheen and Tyr combo. So no more mana issues for the Ezreal in the bot lane. He will just be spamming his abilities away, stacking his Tyr up. I wonder if he's going to go for the Essence Reaver or the Triforce build into the Manamune. We'll see upon his next item purchase. And the Galio just getting the Kindle gem early on. I wonder if he's going to be going into an Everfrost, most likely, just a little bit more CC with a bit of HP and AP. As we do see the Orianna proccing that first strike, as we mentioned, quite easy in the melee matchup. Just a little bit more gold in the pocket and a little bit more poke onto the Galio. It's overall quite a quiet early game, I'd say. We have seen a couple ganks come through.
Isums against Jamie's Gnar. Both ultimates used, but no kills.
Yeah, a bit of a warning shot for both sides there. Just trade of ultimates, nothing too special. Both players well within their limits. Though T-Sums is getting a bit low on mana now, so we'll need to look to back off soon. As we do see a pause come through, as Bishan seems to have DC'd Sapana there, the Ezreal. Hopefully he'll be back in a minute. But overall, quite an interesting early game. Only 400 gold separating the teams in 8 minutes, so fairly even overall, which is quite beneficial to both sides, I'd say. Both sides have some quite good scaling champions. Obviously the Master Yi for Brandavar and GGEO, and then the Orianna, as well as the Alawi in the top lane, which both can become quite menaces once they get to 2-3 items and hit those spikes. But I think it will come down to any early dragon fights, which both teams have seemed to not care too much about, I'd say, at the moment. I wonder if we're going to see a Drake trade for a Herald at some point, and just see some cross mapping, or if we will see both sides wanting to commit to one of the objectives and go for that early fight. I would say that's quite risky for AstroSmurfs. I mean, if he picks up a couple kills in any small fight or skirmish, it will catapult him ahead, as we have returned into the game now.
Yeah, just having a little bit of a freeze as the client tries to return us to...
up, yeah. Should be back in a minute. I think the client's just catching up with how the pause went off.
Yeah, looking at these early dragon fights, if AstroSmurfs commit a lot of these important cooldowns early, but then don't account for like the counter engage that would happen from the other side, it could turn ugly real fast. Like, it's either just burst down an important target quickly, if you can, or it's just fight back because you have champions that can do that very well. Just commit to that playstyle.
For sure, for sure. It does come down to how they use these ultimates and if they can get a lot of people caught within them. If the J4 can get a good cataclysm into the Orianna, as we do see Jamie going in the top lane, does miss the W on the jump in. And Alawi hitting her Test of Spirit for a good trade, as we do see AsstroSmurfs securing the early Elemental Drake, the nice little Earth Dragon for some more resistances in them. Or as Master Yi has been caught and one shot, there's no chance for him there. No flash either, he's gone instantly.
Yeah, even if he had flash, the moment he gets caught by that first knockup, he's pretty much dead. There was no way there to even move.
Clear, he didn't know he was on vision there, unfortunately, but after the dragon's been taken, does he need to be there? Maybe he was looking for a gank into the bot lane just through lane, but there was really nothing there for him to be there for. His top side was up on his respawn, which he is heading into now. But he really does need to get some of these ganks off soon, I think. He is just on farm mission at the moment. And still losing to the J4 in farm anyway. Whilst the J4 has been running around the map getting some good ganks off.
Yeah, this jungle mid combo is pretty much a classic for AsstroSmurfs. Get a solid AD jungler that can just play towards the lanes, but hold on.
Oh.
Master Yi going for his first maybe successful gank. The Ignite comes out.
He does secure that, but he is running into the J4.
Ooh, hold on.
Can he escape?
Galio and Braum following him. Draven does not have his Cataclysm, so he should be fine. Goes for it anyway. And now the Exhaust. Braum ultimate comes out as well. The passive is proc. They're going to get this kill, but it's... Oh no,
just
the meditate.
Unfortunately, wasn't enough. Damage reduction does come through, but the J4 just has enough to pick him off there. Quite lucky seeing as he used his Flagon Dragon to 3 people there. He did have to flash out immediately, but does get the 1-for-1 in the end. He'll be happy with that, with how that started off.
Oh yeah, we're seeing Orianna pack some real damage now with Luden's Tempest completed. Ooh, Shadowing Strike misses, but the final command attack will find its mark, and that's Jaina Proudmoore with a big lead now in this mid lane.
Yeah, for sure. Has her Ludens before. Galio even has Zevfrost, which is a more expensive item as well. So really packing that damage early on. No play. Oh, actually, slightly smaller rate is on that 10 CS a minute mark nearly. Just cresting 100 CS at the 11-minute mark. We'll be looking to back soon. I'm sure he has a lot of gold on him at the moment. Yeah, he's sat on 1900 gold. So he's just looking to shove this in and reset. As is Jamie in the top lane. Both sit in quite a chunk of gold, so we're looking to spend that before they have any more fights or skirmishes.
Yeah, and looking at how this game is progressing, DGL will probably rely on him heavily to turn this game around potentially. But now,
as Westy could have caught Orianna.
Could be a successful roam. Ezzy coming in to try and intercept this. Oh, Westy flashing in, but Braum does not have much damage to finish off that kill. And well, now Toxic Coffee also caught in the Cataclysm without his flash. And that is just a pretty gritty play from GGL, punished swiftly by the opposing team.
Are they going to get the Rift Herald here, but getting chased down by 3-4 members now. And he does get away. That was looking slightly suspect for a moment, but it does manage to get the Herald and get away. As the Orianna does hit the Varus with the ultimate, lots of damage.
Well, even with the flash, still loses his life in the mid lane. Jaina Proudmoore is just getting some presence in the mid lane right now. 4-1 and 2 already.
Game's looking to be all about the mid lane and the jungle at the moment, with the Jarvan and the Orianna popping off, which is the combo that AsstroSmurfs will need to win this game. So the money is looking to be in the right place at the moment for AsstroSmurfs. As we do see those summoners blown for GGE out of there, unfortunately seem to be a bit wasted. So we'll see if they can capitalize, AsstroSmurfs can capitalize on those missing summoner spells.
Yeah, do GGL, do they want to go for this dragon setup? Do they even want to, like, contemplate going for this? Because, like, you don't really see the items completed on Master Yi's side. He's also underleveled. Then we have the Galio, who just isn't... I mean, he provides the CC, sure, but do they even have enough damage to match the other team right now? Feels like they should look for some alternative ways to get their way back into this game instead of just contesting dragons.
We do see the Herald come down the bot lane here, but Orianna and Jarvan waiting in that tri-bush, looking to come around and cut them off.
Uh-oh.
Rel engage does miss, however. Oh, the flag and drag goes through.
Varus still no flash. TP's coming from both sides, but this is Varus and Braum clearly trapped in this situation. Jamie has to out the way, but then he flashes back in and uses his ultimate. Master Yi gets the dragon, but that's 3 members already down, and now, oh no, why are we going back in there? Oh, he might just get away because of the movement speed from Scuttle, but that could have been even worse, and it was, you know, it was already quite bad for Good Game Easy Life on that play.
No, I'm not sure if saying worth for Good Game Easy Life on that trade. 3 kills for a dragon. Only the first one as well, and so we are looking at 1 dragon apiece, but they are down 10 to 3 kills. Looking at just coming up to 4k in the gold lead now for AsstroSmurfs, looking to run away with it at the 15-minute mark. Mid lane really capitalizing on their lead at the moment. We just take stock of some of the items. Everfrost has now come through for the Galio with the extra CC. Nah has the Triforce, and Lowy's building the Black Cleaver first, which she does proc quite quickly if she does land the E. Every tick of damage coming through is a little stack of physical, shredding some of that armor. And it will be the Triforce on the Ezreal as well. No Essence Reaver for him. Probably doesn't need it as well when he's got the stacking tier, looking to build the Manamune second into the... maybe into a Last Whisper Lord Doms. We'll see how he's looking to go here.
Yeah, so GGL,
and the Kraken for the Ezreal as well.
They're continuing to shove in wave after wave despite what happened not that long ago. This time don't get punished.
They do have some vision at the Drake. They do have some vision at the Drake, but they are missing that little bit of vision into the Tri-Brush there. So we'll need to be careful, as we do see Orianna using her lead to punish the Galio in the mid lane.
Probably not that far off Shadow Flame.
No, it can't be too far off. She is sat on 1500 gold, so has enough for the rod. Probably about 500 more gold until she hits the Shadow Flame. But that will be a punishing ultimate once she hits that 2-item spike this early in the game. As I do think Brandivar was spotted going into that bot lane brush. There was some pings from AsstroSmurfs on him. But he will just back, probably knowing that he's been spotted, and reset into his bot side jungle as the wolves are looking to spawn.
Yeah, a lot more time is needed for this Master Yi, it looks like. Just the Kraken Slayer.
Just the Kraken Slayer. Does have a bit of damage now with that item, but he will need a lot of time to get some kills.
Very nice rel combo from Ezzy. Forces both flashes from a GGL bot lane. No one dies just yet. Here comes Master Yi though. 1v2 situation. Can he get at least 1 kill here? Alpha strikes in. We also have a 2v1 in the top lane. That is a swift kill. GGL get nothing on the bot side. Oh, here comes the Galio though. Can he save his jungler? Continuing with his play, Ares jumps straight onto the Varus and just completely deletes him with the combo.
Ares dominating with his Jarvan at the moment. Has the Gore Drinker, ults in, gets the Gore Drinker proc and just shuts down the Varus. Slightly smaller A's having a rough game at the moment. It's 1-3 at the moment.
Doing well in lane, but then, like, eventually, AsstroSmurfs caught on. Like, this bot lane will continue to push, will look to play aggressive, and
I mean,
just like
Varus is
that.
the secondary carry in this team, so wise to shut him down whilst they can. As Lowy gets this second inner turret in the top lane, that's a lot of gold going into her pocket right there. As we look at coming up to a 7-8k gold lead for AsstroSmurfs here. As the objective bounties have just turned on for GGEL, let's see if they can get this bot lane tower, which does look low, as the Toxic Coffee does not seem to want to go for it. As the Ezreal and Rao reset into the bot side, Ezreal picks up his red buff, as Jarvan is now upgraded his smite. As you do see GGEL making some moves on the Herald. Oh, Connor does go for the bot lane in the end. And he does have the Everfrost to escape the Ezreal there.
Oh,
We'll see
meanwhile,
what happens here.
second Herald
Big
contest.
skirmish.
BGL take it. Will they choose to take the fight anyway? Oh, Brandavar just gets blown up by the combo once again. And a big cataclysm onto pretty much the entire enemy team. I'm not sure if this was the play.
I'm not sure that was a fight they wanted to take.
Yeah,
They committed to it, and fair enough, but AstroSmurfs just looking like they're beginning to throw their wallets at GGL at the moment.
yeah, like they were grouping up at second Herald. AsstroSmurfs saw what was happening. They were like, they want a fight when we're this far ahead, especially jungle mid. Yeah, sure, let's have at it. Like, we'll take the fight and we will win it. Like, they know how much they can do with how far ahead the Jarvan and the Orianna are, and like, they take full advantage of the situation. And ban the dragon on top of that as well. Just,
I mean, they got completely wiped there, and the Orianna didn't even hit her ultimate. It's just too much to throw at them, there's just too much engage. As we do see Brandon now caught in the jungle.
tries to
And
go
goes
for the
instantly
kill, but
down. Just doesn't have the lead to be able to be there doing that. As we see the Alawi now ignoring the Galio as she takes the mid tower. And kills the Galio as well? I'm not even too sure where that damage came from.
that's just Malawi base damage coming out, plus the armor shred, and then like add to the fact that Iceborne Gauntlet makes you very sticky as Malawi.
Yeah, very hard to get away.
Once you get hit by the one W from Malawi, it's like can't really.
Makes that E a lot easier to hit as well, test of strength. As we do see AstroSmurf secure the mid-inner tower now. Only one tower for GGL in this game so far. Really been struggling on the objectives, capitalizing on the lead, which you would have thought they had some pushing lanes with the Gnar and the Varus Braum combo, but really have been struggling. So do see Master Yi caught again.
Master Yi really wanted that red buff. Can he get away with his life in this spot? Oh, they get the shutdown onto the Jarvan, but look at the shockwave though. Stops them in their
Oh,
tracks.
massive shockwave from Jaina there. As we do see a pause, as we believe we have Sapana DCing again. Hopefully it won't be too long again.
Yep, he's in base, so didn't quite affect the outcome of this fight, but yeah, it's a small win for GGL.
And overall, that was a nice 4v3 there. They do manage to shut down the Jarvan, who did have quite a lot of gold on his shutdown there, about 600 gold, which does go into the pocket of slightly smaller array on the Varus. We're feeling good about that one. You can use that to help pick up his Ginsus. As the AD carries are even on items, but you look across the rest of the board on the items, there is massive disparity between every lane. As we do see 2.5 items the Orianna, 2 items on the Jarvan, 2 on the Alawi, and only 1 to 1.5 on the counterparts. So that nearly 10k gold lead really across the board, spread across the entire team. No one carry here. It's a team effort.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
there was a big 3-man shockwave just before that pause came through, which absolutely decimated Brandon on the Master Yi.
yeah. And you look at the inventories from GGL and the way Dana Proudmore or Scott is building. It's like, why wouldn't you just go full pen? Who is building MR on the other side? You see maybe like a Merc Treads from a Galio, and then like
We have a null
one
magic
null
on the
magic,
Gnar, but yeah,
but
there is no MR anywhere to be seen.
that's just gets negated by the amount of pen that he has right now in store. So why not just go straight towards Shadow Flame into Rabadons? Just go for the absolute max damage build that you have available.
Yeah, for sure. We'll probably look to get that Rabadons on the next item. Just go full nuke, full glass cannon, and just look to nuke the enemy team with one big combo. As we do see the Spear of Shojin on the Java, and this has been recently buffed now. And Riot look to make it a second item, more attractive second item for players with that ability haste coming through. There'll be plenty of flag and drags and opportunities to hit off that Orianna J4 combo. As now he does have his 2 items, he's looking to move into a bit of a tankier build with the Glacial Buckler and Warden's Mail.
And there's a lot of ability haste in that build, so Jarvan is not only very tanky, but also very mobile at the same time. Basically, so much value inside of just one pick, amplified so much by just the items. Yeah, Shojin seems to just be the name of the game on this patch, as a Shockwave whiffs onto the Galio.
Nice attempt from Jano, I like to see it. Orianna ult's fairly low cooldown at this point, it's only about 60 seconds, so if you can get the pick, so be it, but so far ahead with your wallets, it's not going to be too detrimental to be down for a minute, as I think GGEL will struggle to capitalize whilst that ultimate is down.
Well, that's a bounty for GGL. They get the second turret of this game.
And mid's an important one to crack open, gives you a lot more agency around the map, and denies a lot of vision from losing it, as you can now move between the sides of mid lane without being spotted. It's certainly a nice one to pick up there for GGEL. But they are down 16 kills and just down to 9k gold leads. Saving grace being that they have managed to get that one dragon back. So they're not at risk of losing soul point, as we do see AsstroSmurfs start the Baron. And look at that damage onto Braum from the Orianna. I feel like they're going to concede this Baron here. Master Yi and the Galio down in the bot lane. And it has been secured.
Master Yi and the Galio, they were trying to make some kind of gank happen while they were doing Baron, but I think they realized that if they attempt this, they might actually both die in that situation. That's how strong the Alawi is.
Yeah, the Alawi is going to be quite tough to get down at this point. 500 gold shutdown. 2.5 items, as they do see Yi coming onto the Orianna, but
barely breaking through the shield with that damage.
Yeah, he really is lacking in the damage department. Trying to get that Blade of the Ruin King as a second item, but really is just so far behind. I mean, he's 4,000 gold behind the Jarvan. As we do see Varus get insta-popped by the Orianna. Such is the life of an AD carry. No vision. Orianna capitalizes instantly. Slightly smaller array does see the grey screen.
Okay, we're going on to the Orianna, but the Orianna is pretty much ignoring the Master Yi damage, which is not what you want to see.
No, fortunately not. She has got that Rabadons now. 700 gold shutdown. She's going to be doing loads and loads of damage now, as she may just kill the Yi here. No, she does manage. She does leave it. She doesn't have any vision in the further brush.
I wonder how much gold First Strike got from this game. Not sure if I can check it from the spectator client.
See if I can find it.
Oh, can always check it after the game, I feel. But I imagine it's a lot. Like, the entire laning phase just spent harassing Galio, and now when you're this far ahead, naturally the first strike just keeps scaling hard as you continue to build more damage.
It certainly feels like a bit more of a win more keystone at this point. Once you're ahead, you have the damage, you keep stacking more gold.
Gnar and Master
We do
Yi
see
caught with their pants down a little bit as the inhibitor just falls down without much of a response from the other team.
I feel like they're just going to really struggle. Like, how do you engage? We do see Brandivar.
Hextech Gate comes in, but he's completely isolated. Decides to go for it anyway. Here comes the entirety of GGL. They want to start some kind of fight, but look at the backline and how far away they have to stand. It's like there's no damage coming out. For many of these members, they can't possibly kill anyone. Now the Varus is just going to get soloed by the Jarvan, essentially.
It did seem to be a bit of a Hail Mary there play, as I do think we will see the end come through now. 30 seconds on the Varus, 15 on the Master Yi, only the Galio alive, so I do believe we'll be seeing AsstroSmurfs take their 6th win, and on that undefeated streak to keep going.
Yep, that's officially the first round robin without falling to any team in Season 9. No one yet seems to have a recipe for AsstroSmurfs as we move to the second round robin.